Welcome to my channel, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wherever you are, feel welcome and stay welcome. The heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward through the night. Guys, and this is about Color Smith and his team. Color Smith TV and his team. No, I was following colors, while he was driving to this car mart. And I said to myself, maybe he's going to buy a new vehicle, as we call it lease. He's going to buy a new vehicle, maybe, to do the adventures, or he's going to, put one more to the fleet. And to my surprise, which nothing he does surprises me, but I was not expecting that. When I saw this lovely vehicle or crawler or tractor, back home I would say tractor, that he had bought. It's pretty a tidy amount of money that he paid for it. But I can say that this man has some wisdom, because this could be a testing to see how much he could, because the property that he's building, that the X on, is going to need a lot of grading and fixing, and I know people have these things for hiring. So if he buys it, as he shows, and he's going to use it on the property whenever he's going to need it, it will work out cheaper in the end. And then too, I would probably say to him, maybe you could get more and then allow persons to rent it from you at a lower price. Well, he would have done that. Maybe he's thinking about it too. Because, not many persons would have the use of having one just to do their personal. But I'm just thinking that maybe he's looking further beyond. I'm not getting to his business to see that if I have this and if persons are going to need it, then he could work out an amount for persons to pay for hireage. Because, when we look at life, we have to think, and sometimes by us starting to think of plan A, plan B comes up when you didn't even have any thought of plan B. And that is where it goes with thinking. So you put in, more comes out. And but some people, they are just looking at they know. They know. They're not they're not trying to look down the road where they can also achieve. And when persons are not able to achieve, you know what sets in? Jealousy. And it's normal, because it's like they are saying to themselves, how is it that I couldn't think this? Or why didn't I think that this could work? Or why? But sometimes, because of the limited knowledge that they have, not much exposure, and sometimes they may not have the capital to go and do, So then again, that's why I always say a person should have a trade, especially men. They should have a trade, a skill that they can live by, and then they can accumulate from there, wealth from there, to help to offset other things. A man owns one house today, he can own several tomorrow, once he has the knowledge of how to go about preparing to get another home, another house rather, because the demand would be there. So you have to look at the demand and how you're going to supply it. So when I look and say, this man is investing, and in my own little way, I don't think he's just doing it just for now. I think, in my thinking, my opinion, that he's looking down the road really to say the community people may, and persons outside, and he has a truck. So you see the truck? The truck can carry it to wherever it needs to go. It's a nice little crawler, it's a nice little truck, and it's good that it could travel on the truck. Because honestly, guys, I didn't even know they had some crawlers so small. I know of the huge ones, the huge ones. And when I saw that, and it fits so nicely into the truck. So right then and there, a person may need to hire, they let him know, and he can deliver. Maybe he can operate it himself. So we have to look at how we invest. Don't invest in the wrong places. And sometimes we spend years thinking of how we are going to do something, and the little things are just at our feet. But we are not thinking along that line because some people like to just start off big. If we may look back at Color Steel, he started investing. And look at the little pink house. Look at the hillside. You see how it's slopey. Maybe he thought that this place, how am I going to, how am I going to be walking around? And he must have an idea. Then he built the other one. Look at the many steps that he has to take, go down. You understand me? Then he's at this place now, at the X, where we see when a crawler was there and how many hours it spent and how many times it went. So you see the amount of money it could have cost. So more than likely probably said, this place is going to need a lot more fixing. And in the end, instead of paying that amount, he could probably pay somebody to operate it or he himself operates it. So we have to look down the road. And that is why I believe in education, no matter how small. Because if a person limit themselves to just the letters of the alphabet and don't try to go beyond to making words and sentences, how are they going to fit in when it comes to conversing, having a conversation? They're going to be just staring, looking into space, right? So I believe that in time, in time it will work itself out. Why? And we will see. This is a big investment. It's a big investment. It's a big, big investment. The truck can be done to do. It's like a community truck. It can be used. And that is where, these are things that help us to become self-employed. Because when you look sometimes, when you work for yourself, you're better off. Most times. Most times. You understand me, guys? Not that I'm hitting out at anybody, but because we can't all work for ourselves. But sometimes when I look at it, I say, it's wise when you have a skill or a trade. Because imagine you're a mason. And you can contract. You're a contracting mason. You can contract, or you're an architect. You imagine how many things that you can do aside with that career. Something else, right? So we have to look at how we go about, and that is why again it is important to save, because when you save and you see something that you need to achieve, it will be easier for you to achieve it than not to have anything put away, none at all. And if the idea even comes, you're just looking because I don't have the money to do it, right? So when you look at exposure, a person gets exposed, right? Meeting other people, see other people live and do things. It helps to generate income, man. And exposure leads to growth, right? It leads to growth. Because look at when Colors and the team started. Look at when they started and how they started and where they have all reached by now. Colors has been to Philippines twice. And they have been to Barbados, Panama, different places. Some are scared of going on the plane, but still we have to have a strength of moving. Can't be fearful. Can't be too fearful. We have to have a strength of moving up. And by moving up, you're going to get ideas and see how people live. Right? So it is really true that this investment is really income generating. And whatever he wants to do on the property or wherever, it is just a nice little investment. I like it so much, right? And that it is saying, as I close off my little talk, teach a man to fish is the greatest thing in life. If you're going to give a man a fish or a person a fish every day, that doesn't help him. Teach him how to go about it. And that will take him through whatever experiences he can go through. It will lead him to parts that he didn't even think of. Right? And sometimes you teach a person to fish and they feel so well that you in the background saying, wow, what if I had not taught him how to do this? Would he have reached there? And then you have to be careful you don't become envious of the person. So when you're moving as a team, we need to be locked and consider each other's feelings. And we need to think along the line to say, okay, we are to meet on weekends. In the week, what am I doing? Am I just just around the place, just not doing anything much? What am I doing? Am I just going to the sea to get some fish for fun and eat? Am I just going to just be just waiting until when he comes on the weekends? No. Use your weekdays that you have wisely. And this is specifically I'm addressing now the team members. He gives you a time. Work in your time profitably. If you're going to plant, do a farm, do a farm. You're going to raise animals, have something to do profitably. Have develop a 9 to 5. Whether you're going to go to classes to be learned to learn to do something, develop a positive 9 to 5. And then when the weekend comes, you just go out. And when you achieve, you can balance. But not doing anything much in the week. And then when the weekend comes, you're like, and then you're going to get a little uncomfortable. So, guys, remember, Auntie D says, look at the video. Write your comments, man. Put in your comments because comments are what I like to go through. Put in your comments. I answer every comment. Put in your comments. Like the video, share the video. And remember, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I am working hard on my watch hours. I'm working hard on it. And I'm also working on my subscriber count. But I need your help with the watch hours. So I want you to watch the videos and share and let me see your comments, right? And subscribe, I say, subscribe if you haven't yet done so. See you in my next video, or when I go live, I'll see you around. Remember, love is key. Love is the word. Love, love, love.